Hello Pisces, thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I am using the Animal Wisdom Tarot by Don Brunk, illustrated by Ola Leola, and it's by CICO Books on the back here. So if you want to find stuff about this, that's the way you go. Oracle cards. The Halloween Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. Somebody just let me know that she has a new one online too, or a new one out. I have to go find it. It just dawned on me. I got that email and I have to go search that out. On the back here, there's also a website. It's down here at the bottom. So in case you're of interest, you can follow those links and do what you need to do. Okay. What do we have for Pisces? That's okay. Let's see how this is going to turn out. I just take a quick snapshot usually. I think this is good. Ooh, we may have something really good coming in. Let's see how it plays out. Okay. You seem to be holding back and not wanting to move. It's interesting. You have, this is the Hanged Man. They call it the bat in this. Because like I'm seeing all this, when I'm feeling this is so much different than the normal Hanged Man energy. That's kind of like the bat here. Because I'm seeing all these things waiting. Like all this, like, it's almost like you're stepping away. And it's like right behind this door is all these things you want. But you're kind of like, I think you're disbelieving it. Kind of like, yeah, I've been down that road. Two of Swords. Nope. Yes. Two of Feathers. Feathers or swords. Air. It's air either way. You're blocking yourself. The upside to this is, if you're the one blocking yourself, you're also the one who can unblock yourself. So you don't have to depend on anybody to let you go forward. You're waiting, though. I feel you like waiting. And there's something good around you, really good. And you're like, I don't know. Hummingbird is around you. Now, it's the Six of Wands, typically very like victorious success energy. When I read hummingbird energy, I usually, like, it's a signal of love. It doesn't have to be, but it's a really good success card, definitely. Hummingbirds are a very good sign, in my opinion. And I'm seeing, like, there's something here. It could be a person. For a lot of you, I have a weird feeling it is a person. Doesn't have to be, but there's something really good here. And by the way, this person does not have to be romantic. This could be, like, a friend or an acquaintance or even a coworker coming into your life. That's going to be a really positive, really good connection. Somebody who's really going to help you. But you know how Pisces are. I'm a Pisces. We like to help too. So, and there's going to be opportunity for that too. Now, it's waiting. It's like, it's hanging out here. I'm also getting this. I think it's the Page of Wands. Secret Branches. I'm pretty sure that's the Page of Wands. But I love this card. Because you got the pyramid in the background, right? And you got a lot of heat going on here. But it's kind of like, you know, going on what I've done before. Going on, like, this makes sense. I know this is right. This makes sense to me. Something is very correct about this situation. And the energy or person you're dealing with doesn't seem to be rushed. Kind of like, when you're ready, Pisces, I'm ready. That seems to be their energy, their attitude. Kind of like, you don't want to know right now? We don't have to right now. Let me know when you're ready. It does come forward. But I feel like it's kind of like you're starting to give off signals. I don't think you're going... Like, I don't see you, like, saying something, but I see you, like, putting off that energy. Like, I don't know how to explain this. How am I going to explain this? It's kind of like when you started deciding, I want to remove this block, I want to move forward, that block is not working for me anymore. you just start to go into that energy, and the energy starts to lift. It's almost like somebody realizes, like, it's almost like when you have a young kid start to stir, and they're kind of rolling around in their bed, and you're like, okay, they're going to be coming soon, so let me get breakfast going, and hopefully they'll start smelling what I'm making to give them more motivation. But like, that's kind of what's happening. You're just considering things moving around a little bit, and like the universe is like, oh, you're starting to move. Let's start stirring the pot here. Let's get things going. It's really an easy move forward. You got the it's the Two of Cups, but I was going to go through Wands and Pentacles first. Which is, it's telling me like there's something really good coming forward here, but you have to make the decision to act on it, and you also have to stick with it. I don't see that being a problem, but I almost feel like that's almost like a rider to this situation. Like, this is how it's going to work. The more you commit to the situation going into it, the stronger your energy is going to be, the more you're going to do, the more you're going to get out of it. I don't see that being a problem. I almost feel like it's kind of like they're letting you know that you're about to get into something that you're just going to keep getting deeper and deeper and more bonded and more bonded and more active and more active. But it's not draining you. It's actually like, it's giving you a lot of energy. As they say now, it gives you life. I say that in such a mundane way. It gives you life. Okay. This card. Ace of Wands. And the Three of Pentacles. Now this is coming like somebody's working with you on this, and they have a lot they want to do with you. When you start moving towards them, they're all about it. They are all about this. There's a lot of gifts to be had here. They're coming, like when you move towards them, I don't see them pushing you, but when it's like you just seem to start engaging in this situation, and they just start going on with what they want to do. It's kind of like, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, Pisces, but you can definitely stay and join in if you want. It's kind of like that energy. Like, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to, you are more than welcome. We would love to have you here. Whoever this is. Like, very welcome. And you know how Pisces is. Like, we're Pisces. When we really feel like we're honored and we like the energy we're around, we like to show our appreciation, and we like to like contribute. It's gonna like suck you right in. It's gonna be like it's gonna be very addictive. Pisces loves that. I'm saying that as a Pisces. When we really feel like people really do like us and they really are thankful we're there, and they want us to participate and be a part of it, we're all like, when it fits, we're all about it. Because it's coming in really strong. The energy's like churning really easily. It's really nice. It's kind of like when I'm feeling the churning, as usual, I use a baking analogy. It reminds me of like when you're making cake batter and you're smelling how good it is, and you're like, you want to eat it right out of the bowl, and you're like, well, if I eat this whole thing out of the bowl, there won't be a cake now, will there? But you want to. It's like that type of feeling. It's like, that's the type of feeling I'm getting. Like, this is starting to get going really good, but I don't want to consume it all right now. I want it to actually become what it's supposed to be. And you got the Barmbrack. To my dying day, I will never say that correctly. The first time around, at least. I just know it. And what's this? Seven of Wands. You have the 6, but you have the 7 too. See, it doesn't feel like the 7 to me. That rainbow, like usually the 7 is kind of like putting in the effort for the success. The 6 is just kind of like it's an easy success, like almost like a granted, almost like something taken for granted sometimes, depending on what's going on around it. But when I'm getting these two cards together, it's like things just keep, it's kind of like an advent calendar. You just keep opening these boxes, and more keeps coming forward. This is just one of those situations, like, the further you go, it's just more happens that you weren't expecting, but you're liking it. It's just kind of like, this turns into that, it just keeps becoming more and more. This is really exciting. It's got a lot of mystery to it, which I think you like, but it's positive mystery. Like, not like, oh, this could go bad. Like, oh, this is going great. Notice my, like, I'm For some reason, like, the speaking is not happening. Why is that happening? This is good. Something is going to have to step away, though. There's a change here. For this new to come in, and it's coming in, this is also seeming to walk away from something at the same time. It's like the more, it's kind of like, this is where your life is now with certain, whatever it is that it's going to leave, and this is what you're bringing in, and it's kind of like it's going like this. The more you bring in the new, the more you're losing the old. Something else is definitely withering away. And I think that might be also a part of the Seven of Wands, kind of like, I think you're going to see it coming, and I think you're going to have to make peace with that. Kind of like, oh wait, if I choose this, which I love, I lose that. And it's kind of like, I feel like there's a moment where you're trying to like barter it out, kind of like, I don't really want to lose that, but maybe if I just kind of work this differently, and then it's going to go. Because something is moving on. You got the Pelican, which is the Six of Swords, and you've got the Invisible. It's like something has met its time. And it's like when I see this invisible, it almost reminds me of a cloak that's been hung up. It's kind of like the time for this situation, the time for that, whatever you're leaving behind, the time has passed. And it's time to let that go. It's kind of like lesson learned. Whatever you needed from that, you got. Something new is being birthed into life here. And it's kind of like a term, it's kind of like part of the terms of endearment, if I want to say that. To get the new, you have to let go of the old. Something is moving on. But I'm getting like, it's just, I don't feel like I have a choice. I don't feel like I have a choice with this. And it's like the farther down I go down the road, the less this has. I'm noticing here for you, you got the Four of Swords, the Six of Cups, which the Four of Swords is healing, the Six of Cups is history, and the Lamp, remembrance. There's a transition period. And as it's transitioning out, it's almost like you get your chance to do the one last time thing. Before it moves on, you get to enjoy it as much as you can. It's like you make the best of it while you realize it is moving on. And I feel like it's just sentimental. Well, it's not just sentimental, but it's hard to let something go. It's kind of like something from the past that you've been very used to is moving into the past. Like, it's just kind of like, how do I explain this? It's almost like, like if you have a grandparent that used to always get together at their house on Sundays or even maybe for holidays, and now they've gotten to the point in their life where they can't take care of that house anymore, and they're selling it, and they're going to move into a smaller place. They're not going to have the room for get-togethers. They're not going to have the land they had before. It's like they're going to be a lot safer, a lot closer to family, a lot more comfortable. There's a lot of good going on, but it's like before it's gone, like we're enjoying the last few holidays we can here, and we're making the memories, and we're just kind of like letting it go. We realize it's time to let it go. It's kind of feeling to me like that, because there's a lot of strong memories here with this, and there's healing in the sense of like whatever needs to be let go, whatever needs to be addressed before it's gone is being addressed before it's gone. But I feel like that's literally the terms of endearment here. Like, this has to go. Something is moving on. And it's like, as we're accepting this, it's weird because these two kind of coincide. It's almost like two different categories almost. Like, what's coming in and what's going, or like they're almost like, why can't they exist at once? It's almost like I can see a way that they could, but they're not. It's almost like, your life is transitioning into a new place. And it's almost like I can see how they could both exist, though. Why can't we do both? But literally, like, it's almost like, for some of you, what I think is coming in, like, there's a new love or a new interest, something like that coming in, but then somebody, like, in your family is, like, selling a home that everybody usually gets together at. It is just kind of, like, weird how that's just linking up, but it's purposeful. it's kind of like as that falls away, something new is entering your life. And it seems unconnected. It seems like it just seems disconnected. It's almost like good things are happening at work and things are going away in this other situation, or vice versa. It's kind of like they don't seem connected, but they actually are. They're like coming into your life purposely at this time. One comes in, another goes out. All right. That's what I have. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.